The 1970s were a time of bold choices, funky gadgets, and some of the strangest trends you'll ever see. Imagine a world where you'd pay good money to adopt a rock, or where dancing in roller skates was the peak of cool. Get ready, because we're diving into the most jaw-dropping fads of the 70s. Make sure to stick around to the end for a trend so unexpected it might just blow your mind. Pet rocks. The $3 joke that made millions. Imagine this. In 1975, millions of people rushed to stores to buy a rock. Yes, an actual stone, boxed up and marketed as the perfect low-maintenance pet. Each pet rock even came with a care manual for feeding and training. What started as a gag gift became a nationwide obsession, proving that in the 70s, almost anything could turn into a trend. Today, it sounds absurd, but back then, everyone had to have one. Think about it. Would you have been a pet rock parent, streaking the wild college craze? This next fad was not for the faint of heart. Streaking or running stark naked through public spaces became a strange thrill for many. College campuses and sports events became hotspots for these streaking performances, sometimes even making headlines. Nothing seemed off limits, not even the White House lawn. Can you imagine the shock today? But back in the 70s, streaking was practically a badge of free-spirited courage. Mood rings. The 70s. Emotion detector. A ring that could read your mood? In 1975, mood rings promised just that. The changing colors supposedly revealed whether you were calm, happy, or anxious. Even though it was all based on skin temperature, people loved the mystique of it. Teens wore them everywhere, believing their jewelry was actually in tune with their feelings. It may seem silly now, but mood rings captured the 70s obsession with all things mysterious and magical. Waterbeds, luxury or liability. Imagine sinking into a bed that feels like floating on water. That's what the waterbed promised. Touted as the ultimate in relaxation, waterbeds quickly became a status symbol. But the thrill often came with a cost. One small leak, and you'd be wading through your bedroom. Despite the potential for disaster, people loved them. And in the 70s, they were the height of cool bedroom decor. Earth shoes. The upside-down sole. Looking like something out of a sci-fi film, Earth shoes were designed with a negative heel, placing your toes higher than your heel. They were supposed to mimic walking barefoot and promote better posture. People lined up to get their hands on a pair, despite the clunky look and feel. Today, they're mostly a quirky reminder of the 70s obsession with health fads. Back then, though, they were revolutionary. Leisure suits, polyester perfection polyester, bright colors and wide collars, the leisure suit was the outfit to have. If you wore one, you were ready for anything, from disco to dinner parties. Whether paired with flashy shirts or platform shoes, this outfit became a symbol of the 70s vibe. Flashy, confident, and completely unrestrained. Today, these suits scream retro, but back then, everyone from your groovy uncle to your boss wore them. Disco dance-offs, when dance became a sport. The 70s was the era of disco fever, and with it came intense disco dance competitions. People practiced for hours, perfecting moves like the hustle and the bump, all in dazzling outfits under shimmering disco balls. Disco dance-offs became a weekend tradition, with moves so intricate and flashy they could rival any dance craze today. Even if disco's faded, the energy of those dance floors is hard to forget. Painted pet tortoises, pets or art projects? Yes, you heard that right. Painted pet tortoises were a trend in the 70s. Pet owners would decorate their tortoises' shells with bright paints, turning them into mobile pieces of art. Today, this seems like an odd choice, and a definite no-no for animal lovers. But back then, it was part of the whimsical, carefree vibe of the decade. Lava lamps, the grooviest home accessory. No 70s room was complete without a lava lamp. These hypnotic lamps with floating wax blobs fit perfectly with the psychedelic mood of the era. They gave off just the right amount of dim, colorful light, making any room feel like a portal to another world. While they've made comebacks over the years, nothing says 70s quite like the entrancing glow of a lava lamp. Wild wallpaper, walls that made a statement. If you stepped into a 70s home, chances are you'd be greeted by walls covered in bold, floral, and often clashing wallpaper. From loud oranges and greens to intricate patterns, wallpaper was an expression of the 70s love for individuality. Modern interiors tend to go for subtlety, but 70s wallpaper was all about saying, "Look at me." Roller disco, skating to the beat. Before inline skating, there was roller disco. Roller rinks turned into disco clubs, with people showing up in neon outfits and sequins, ready to groove. This was no ordinary skating. Roller discos were high-energy dance parties on wheels. Skaters practiced their routines, showing off spins and moves to the latest disco hits. Roller skating still exists, but nothing today captures the magic of a 70s roller disco. Bell-bottom jeans, the bigger the better. Bell-bottom jeans became a wardrobe staple, with wide flares that sometimes covered entire shoes. Paired with platform shoes and bright patterns, bell-bottoms were a statement of rebellious style. While they popped up in other decades, no era embraced them quite like the 70s did. If you were around back then, chances are you owned a pair or two. Platform shoes, standing tall in style. Speaking of height, platform shoes were everywhere in the 70s. Both men and women wore them, making even the shortest among us feel like giants. Platforms came in every color and style, from glittery to sleek. They were bold, loud, and slightly impractical, but in the 70s, that was just part of the fun. CB radios, the original social network. Long before Facebook or Twitter, there were CB radios. Especially popular among truckers, CB radios allowed people to chat across miles, often using unique code names and handles. This proto-social network created a unique subculture, with millions joining in. In the 70s, a CB radio wasn't just for communication. It was a way of life. Clackers, the dangerous toy everyone wanted. Clackers, two hardballs on strings, were a toy sensation. Kids would swing them up and down to create a clacking sound. The challenge? Not hitting yourself in the face. They were wildly popular, even though they occasionally resulted in injuries. Eventually, they were pulled from shelves, but anyone who had a pair can tell you, they were as addictive as they were risky. From pet rocks to painted tortoises, these quirky fads offer a glimpse into the colorful, carefree spirit of the 70s. While some trends are best left in the past, they're fun reminders of an era that wasn't afraid to get a little weird. Which of these fads surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trips down memory lane. Thanks for watching, and stay groovy.